like to have is a chair that does not have arms on it, and perhaps another chair without arms, or perhaps a stool. You want to make sure that the chair is very stable, so perhaps set it on top of a yoga mat or any kind of non-stick surface. If your feet do not come comfortably to the floor when you're sitting, maybe put a yoga block underneath or something where you can rest the feet so they're not dangling. It's a little too uncomfortable to leave them dangling for any period of time. And we will begin in a comfortable seat. And whenever we sit, it's a really good idea to look for the two lowest bones in our pelvis. They're called our sitting bones. And you really find them by just simply pulling any kind of flesh away from your rear end. Press your rear end into your chair or whatever you're sitting on. And you notice the back comes up nice and tall. So let's take a moment to take a deep breath in, lift the shoulders up. Exhale out, roll them back and down. If you're feeling kind of tense, perhaps too much information lately as we are in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic, you may want to keep your hands down. If you're open to more information, if you will, leave the palms up. So we're going to begin by taking our awareness inside, where most of the work of yoga is done. And the first thing we're going to notice is our breath. Paying attention to the rate at which we're breathing, the depth. We're not changing it yet, we're just becoming aware. And then let's take a moment to check in with how we feel right now emotionally. Whatever it is, try to find that feeling inside of your body. And then the last thing we're going to do before we begin our practice is scan our bodies head to toe. We're trying to identify places where we've had powerful physical reactions to the things that we think about and the things we experience. And there's always a very honest agenda going on there physically inside of us. So we're going to know we found a place like this if the muscles give us some resistance or we feel some tightness. So let's begin by moving our heads, scanning them. Maybe in a circle, maybe up and down. Continuing to move the head, scanning the neck. And let's lift the right arm up with the elbow bent and rotate at that shoulder, at the elbow. Checking around the wrist and fingers of that arm. And then the other side, rotating at the shoulder, at the elbow, checking around the wrist and fingers. And then we're going to look up and down our spines. So if you just shift your shoulders and hips side to side, we're looking from the base of our heads all the way down to the tailbone. And then let's take a moment to check around the hips and the legs. So perhaps scooting up a little bit in the chair, lifting the right leg up with the knee bent, rotating at the hip flexor. At that knee, checking around the ankle and toes, and then the other side, rotating at the hip flexor, at the knee, checking around the ankle and toes. And now we're going to settle back in comfortably in our chairs. We're going to take one hand to our hearts, one hand to our bellies. Shoulders are relaxed, closing our eyes. We're going to begin to manipulate our breath. For now, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Each breath is going to get a little slower, each a little deeper. And our goal is to very gradually get our bellies to expand when we inhale, and this is our diaphragm. It's the only muscle that opens our lungs. We don't have any muscles in our lungs. So very gradually we get the belly to expand. Then perhaps the back side of the body begins to lift. Maybe even our side ribs and collarbones will lift. And then we're going to empty completely out and start again. Each breath is getting slower, each a little deeper. So continue to breathe this way. I'm going to take a moment to touch on how all yoga works. Basically, we move, breathe, and meditate as just tools to gently reopen our hearts, our minds, and our bodies. Because we have tightened as a result of watching news, of negative thoughts, from experiences that we have that are threatening in any kind of way or deeply emotional. And the problem is, we can't see light from a tight and cluttered space, nor can we shine light into a tight and cluttered space. So first we have to make room. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose, belly rises up, lungs completely fill. Sigh it out. And again, breathing in, filling with air. Sigh it out. And then we're going to begin behind our chairs in a standing position in mountain pose. So you want to find the 4 points of the feet and press them into the mat or whatever you're standing on. So you do this by spreading your toes. Press them out of the big toe, them out of the little toe, either side of the heel. You're going to feel a little lift in your arches. This keeps us from dumping to one side or the other in our feet. And then we're going to take and we're going to roll our thumbs back behind us. Open the heart. Lift the crown of the head up. Chin is parallel to the floor. And then very, very slowly we're going to bend our legs, our knees, however far you want. Bring your hands together in front of you. Maybe look down, breathe in, come up. Open up, spread those fingers nice and wide. Exhale out. And then again, breathing in. Maybe following this with our head. Exhale out, open up. And one more. Exhale out, open up. Now we're going to keep the arms out wide. Pull the shoulders back behind. Take a deep breath in. Move your palms behind you. They're facing behind. Lower the shoulders down. Breathe all the way to your belly. Now another deep breath in. We're going to roll the hands the other way. Thumbs come back behind, however far. Exhale out. And we do stay in some of these stretchy places for a little bit because it takes a full 20 seconds for our muscles to even begin to respond. And then very, very slowly coming back, let's shake the arms out. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to lift. You can do this either seated if you're getting tired. I'm going to come back here because I think I'm going to need the space for you to be able to see. We're going to lace our fingers, take a deep breath in, push the palms up, up, up. Maybe bring the arms back a little. There's a micro bend in our elbows. Push your sitting bones into your chair if you're sitting. Breathe. All the way down to the belly. And then we're just going to shake side to side, breathing. Then another deep breath in, either standing or sitting. We're going to exhale out, turn our upper body to the left. Try to keep the hips facing forward, keeping the knees in one line. Crown of the head's reaching up, chin is parallel to the floor. Follow your breath to your belly. And then coming back to the neutral spot, maybe lacing our fingers the other way, the way we typically don't. Deep breath in, arms come up, breathe in, press those sitting bones in, exhale out, twisting to the right. Breathe all the way to your belly. And then very, very slowly coming back, shifting shoulders and hips side to side. Shake it all out. Breathing. And then very, very slowly, arms are going to come down. If you're standing, we're going to take a seat now. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. You can lift the feet up off of the floor or the block, or just leave them resting. But we're going to take our hands to the sides of our chairs, particularly if the feet are up. Take a deep breath in, point your toes. Exhale out, point your heels. Breathe in, point the toes. Exhale out the heels. And one more, breathing in, pointing toes. Exhale out, heels. Now we're going to rotate the feet around 3 times one way. Spread those toes really wide. Breathe. We're going to go 3 times one way, 3 times the other. Beautiful. Setting the legs back down, the feet back down. Taking our hands. Fingers spread nice and wide. Sit nice and tall. Breathe. We're going to rotate at the wrists. 3 times one way, 3 times the other. Shaking all that out. Another deep breath in. Lift the arms up. Really reach, reach, reach. Press your sitting bones in. Lengthen the spine. Exhale out. We're going to twist to the right. Bring the hands down now. Bring your chest forward. Chin is parallel to the floor. Push your tailbone back behind you until your abdomen engages. Breathe all the way to your belly. And we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose to keep some internal heat. And then very, very slowly back to the neutral spot. Deep breath in, really lengthen. Exhale out, twisting to the left. Pull those shoulders back behind. Push your tailbone back. Follow your breath. And then very, very slowly coming back. We're going to rotate our heads around. So first we want to glide our head back towards our spine with a slightly tucked chin until we salivate a little bit. That's when we know the head is directly over the spine. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. Breathe in, lift the crown of the head up. Shoulders come back. Exhale out, chin to the chest, chest towards our chin. Pull your shoulders back behind. And now we're going to rotate. We're going to first start to the right. Breathing in as we lift up, exhaling out as we come around. We're going to go 3 times one way. And then 3 times the other way. And then shaking the head side to side. Taking a deep breath in. Right arm comes up to the outside of the left side of our head. Breathe in. Draw this left shoulder down. Breathe all the way to your belly. And then very slowly coming up, shaking all that out. Deep breath in, left arm comes up. Exhale out, head to the left. Right shoulder draws down towards the earth. Spine is nice and long. Tailbone is still behind us. Breathing. And then very, very slowly we're going to come back. Shake the head out. Taking our other chair, I'm going to do a stretch on this chair. We're going to reach our arms first up, deep breath in. We're going to come down to the chair, and if you can bring it out far enough to where you can kind of drop your chest down, shoulders come back, pull your hips back behind, let the crown of the head reach forward, breathing. If you want a little bit of strengthening for the arms now, press your hands, your fingertips into the chair, the stool that's in front of you, and then draw them towards, without moving them, draw them towards your body. Breathing. Head's heavy, shoulders are heavy, rest. And then in this position, we're going to shake our head yes, and then no. Maybe a little circle one way, maybe the other. And then very, very slowly, tuck the chin, tighten your belly, breathe in, come up. 1 vertebrae at a time, very, very slowly. We're going to move that back out. So, another deep breath in. Open those arms wide, spread those fingers. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a back bend. And whenever we bend back, standing or sitting, it's really a good idea to tilt your ribs down, draw your tailbone forward to engage your core muscles because otherwise you will dump into those low vertebrae in the back. So deep breath in, open up, bring the chest forward, fill with air, exhale out. Grab opposite shoulders, bring your chin to your chest towards your chin, pull the shoulders back behind. Follow your breath all the way to your belly. And then opening up again, breathe in, lengthen the arms out, bring the chest forward, fill with air, crossing the other way. Can you still feel your belly expand when you inhale? Are you still filling with air? Completely emptying out. And then very, very slowly coming back, shaking the arms out. So we're going to do eagle pose now, which can be done on your back, maybe in a bed, standing if you have really good balance. We're going to do this seated right now. The beauty of eagle pose is that it stretches a lot of places in the body, but it also improves immune function by stimulating the lymphatic system. So let's begin by opening up the arms, lengthen them, breathe in. We're going to cross this right arm over the left. Elbows are bent now. Maybe we can wrap once, maybe twice. Lift the elbows as high as the shoulders. Push them forward, then down towards the floor. Pull the shoulders back behind. And then we cross the opposite way with our legs. So deep breath in, lengthen this left leg out. Exhale out, cross it over the right. Right leg over the left. And now we squeeze. We squeeze the knees towards the elbows towards the knees. And it's that squeezing that stimulates the lymphatic system. We're also stretching our shoulders, all the muscles around the thighs and the IT bones, or IT bands. Breathe all the way to your belly. And then very, very slowly coming back, shake it all out. Deep breath in, open up, crossing the left elbow over the right. Wrapping once, maybe twice, lifting the elbows as high as the shoulders, push them forward, then down. And then we're going to take deep breath in, cross this left leg, first stretch it out over the right, maybe wrapping once, maybe twice, squeeze. Breathe all the way to your belly, really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then very, very slowly coming undone, shaking everything out. Now we're going to do some cat-cows, maybe one of the nicest things we can do for our spines. So we're going to bend it 2 different ways, making some space in the spine. Hands come to our knees. Deep breath in, bring the chest forward, head comes back, push your rear end back behind you, hips come back, fill with air. Exhale out, chin to the chest, scoop your tailbone underneath you, bring the hips forward. So we're going to go at our own pace to fill up in cow, completely empty out cat. Nice and slow. We're going to do one more. And then very, very slowly coming back. So I want to show you a way, we're going to do a brief meditation, a way to prepare your brain for meditation by producing alpha brainwaves. So first we're sitting comfortably in our chairs. Let's bring the palm side up now. And we're just going to begin to move our head side to side. What this does is it moves the brainstem, which runs in the back of the head from about here to here. By moving the brainstem side to side, we produce those alpha brainwaves, which are ideal for meditation. It's when we are completely relaxed, yet still alert. So just gently rock. If you do this on your own, perhaps before a meditation session, you may want to put on a piece of music. Try to do it for about 5 minutes. We're just going to do it for a little bit here. This also helps to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. And then very, very slowly we're going to come to a very comfortable seat, closing our eyes. Deep breath in through the nose, belly rises up, lungs completely fill. Sigh it out. And then again, breathing in, filling with air. Sigh it out. Now just breathe naturally, relaxing our heads, our faces. Open your mouth a little, move the jaw side to side, relaxing it. Relaxing neck, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Watching the spine unwind from the base of our heads to the middle of our backs, all the way down to the tailbone. Relaxing chest and abdomen, hips, legs, feet, toes, and everything in between. Let's imagine that the sun is moving over the tops of our heads. We're going to feel its warmth and healing power, and we're going to invite that light in through the tops of our heads. It's going to travel through us, seeking out anything that may be left inside of us that keeps us tight or cluttered. Fear, anger, maybe too much information. Let the sun melt it all away. And then perhaps you want to take the sun's rays and focus them on a place in your body that hurts this morning, or maybe it's a place in your heart. And we're going to watch all of these things that keep us from feeling free melt. They're going to flow down our arms, out our fingertips, down our torsos and legs, and out the bottoms of our feet. Let them all go. And now that we've made space and room, we're going to take the sun by our feet and invite that beautiful healing light up through the bottoms of our feet, filling us, restoring us, healing us, mind, body, and spirit. And thank you again for allowing me to guide you this morning. Namaste. And namaste means, in Sanskrit, the light in me, this is roughly translated, can see the light in each and every one of you. Take care.